I'm in a room with danger. Maybe this other room will be. Oh no, there's danger in this room too.
Yeah,
maybe
okay,
in this room.
So
it's just the spirit, the gumption. I really admire. We're out of combat right this moment. I'm going to say. I'm going to suspend combat right now, but the Cerberus is definitely like getting up to speed, is what it looks like.
Okay.
I want to try and get this door open.
Hang on. Do I see any signs of intelligence from it yet?
Intelligence, no, but it is starting to move. It's starting to sort of move its heads like up and down. Actually, it's really weird. Its heads are on like this. There's the front of it just has a sort of like figure 8 track, and each head is somewhere on the figure 8, and they sort of weirdly like orbit around each other a little bit, like a piece of like weird industrial equipment.
Is it facing the direction that it shows on the token?
No, it's sort of just facing the door, although it is starting to move around a little bit. All right. So up next, Zeus, you had a question.
Yeah, I was just gonna make sure that this was like re-barricaded. Like whatever he moved to he moved to get out of there, I'm gonna push back into place and make sure that it's all set again. Okay, yeah. You hear from sort of like biting, crunching, slurping noises. But there's certainly like aren't a bunch of zombies smashing their way down through, so that's good.
Tom?
Yeah, what's up?
Aldrich is going to make a break for this door and try and close it quickly and quietly.
Okay. First, Tristan, Jax had some stuff that he wanted to do.
Yeah. I wanted to see about getting this north door open.
Let me see. So when this door actually has like a light over it, and you'll notice that it was green. Like when you were just guys were just like walking around this hallway, it was green. But as soon as the Cerberus, whatever, you heard this sort of car noise start, it switched over to red.
Gotcha. Cool. And so I'm assuming with that the door is locked.
Yeah, the door is not budging.
Was this a door in the other room?
Yeah, that's a door. Yep.
All right. I think we would, my two at least, would start moving towards that door if this door seems bust. Because we've both seen this thing and want to get away from it and need a way out.
Okay.
So it would be like in like around here or so.
Yeah. All right. What's everybody else doing?
Jenny, seeing that the problem has to a degree sorted itself out after Scott got throttled, will go and open this door, probably. I don't think she wants anything to do with horrible grinding monstrosity over here.
Excellent. All right. So you open this door, and you find... So there's another workshop, apparently, of some kind. Except this one looks a little bit more... slightly more modern. It's apparently made for designing and testing what looks like some sort of suit. A very complicated suit with like multiple layers. It kind of looks like if you tried to build your own spacesuit is mostly what it resembles, no more than anything. There's also like all sorts of machinery. There's oxygen supplies. There's like racks and racks and racks of spare parts. But there's also a big chamber made out of some sort of translucent plastic of some kind that a lot of the machinery like feeds into. Within the chamber, there is a sword resting against a chair, like a big, like kind of a Ren Fair looking sword, just sitting up, propped up against the chair in this weird space age contraption.
So it's a chair inside of a plastic container.
Well, like a chamber. mostly. More like a chamber, like a little
like Luke's like back to tank thing from
more like
A clean room?
kinda like a clean room. Like just a big like a chamber that you might use to test like I don't know. Did you ever watch Mythbusters,
Yeah.
Like it's like a little it's like I don't know, 8 feet by 8 feet, right? 9 feet by 9 feet. And it's sort of octagonal shaped. Or sorry, hexagonally shaped.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think she's going to be much interested in a sword necessarily. Suit as well. I think she's mostly just looking for a way out at the moment. Maybe something to file away for later though, if she can't get out of here. But yeah, so she'll examine that room for a bit, but she'll probably move on afterwards. She will mention to others like what she saw in there.
Okay, so you're exploring that room. Is there any particular thing you want to explore in that room?
She'll look at the suit more than the sword, I guess. Especially if it's just like a Ren Fair look. Like she doesn't necessarily have any reason to suspect that like that sword's gonna be like, wow, powerful enchanted artifact. It probably just looks like some dork's cosplay sword to her.
All right, so you take a look at the suit, and again, like the thing that it resembles more than anything, is like literally like if you've ever seen this, people have done this, by the way. They've built essentially DIY spacesuits, which is just absolutely fucking whack. But there it is.
Sounds pretty metal to me, honestly.
Yeah,
have spacesuit will travel.
So and again, there's places where all this like atmospheric material like can hook into it. This survival, these like you can get air pumped in. There's pressure gauges and things like that. But also, on the wrist there is like a mission pamphlet, basically. If you have any idea, like a Velcro strap, and you can open it up, and there's a couple of laminated pages on there, just for like reference during whatever you'd be doing in this suit. And this is what it says. So while you're puzzling over that, what's everybody else doing?
Freddy is going to like check out Scott's corpse and kind of like he hasn't seen like much of the rest of the party, but he does know that like these two people seem associated with him, so he's gonna drag the body over to them and also probably beckon them over so he doesn't have to drag it all the way, and just say sorry, and walk off to join the rest of the party. And Mr. Arthur here, this is the library, correct?
That is the library.
Yeah, Arthur's gonna check it out. Like, what's in the library?
Sure.
Besides books.
Yeah, it's sort of, there's a linoleum floor, sort of kind of a cheap drop ceiling. The books are sort of stacked on these long gray shelves. And there is this like room partition in the corner here. And there is a sorry, I have to draw the door because I was a dinkus and didn't draw it before. There is like a door here, and it is locked with with chains, right? There's big heavy chains strung across the door, and the chains are held together with a padlock. And the sign on the door reads "Restricted. Ask for Val," and then Val is slashed out. It says Gus for the key. But you do note that in spite of the chains, the door is actually very slightly ajar. Like you can't, you couldn't squeeze all the way through. You could maybe get some up to like maybe your wrist through the door. But again, the bottom corner is sort of bowed out a little bit. And you see that there's actually a couple of line paper pages that are like stuck to the bottom of the door.
Yeah, I'll grab one or two of them. Are they legible?
They're semi-legible, yeah. You can roll me just, I guess, intelligence. If you had anything in your background relating to languages, occult, mysticism, anything like that, history, I'd even accept.
Well, I am a mailman, so maybe languages.
Yes.
Intelligence, you say? Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm trained in that. I'm a mailman. 18.
18? Shit. Okay. It's hot gibberish. I don't have a handout for it, but it's just phenomenal nonsense. It's something about Armageddon, aka Tar Megiddo, aka the Mountain of Battle. Tar, a city built upon itself. You must build an Armageddon. Something like that. It's and it just kind of goes on like that. It's pretty incoherent of a ramble. Clearly the writings of a deeply deranged person who had a very bizarre, who had some strong opinions about the Bible.
Oh man, like that's a revelation given the shit that we've run into so far.
Yeah.
Arthur's gonna just set it back where it was and say to himself, all right, not reading anything else. Got it. That's it for me.
While you're reading, there's a noise behind you, right over like here. A drop ceiling tile falls out of the ceiling.
Oh no.
How quickly can I...
Where was that again?
What's everybody else doing?
I declared an action for Aldrich.
Yeah, so Aldrich, he's just gonna book it.
He's gonna book it. He's gonna try and slam this door, and if there is any way to lock it on his way through, he's gonna do that.
All right, cool. So you can slam through. It seems like when you slam through, like you slam the doors open, and if you're checking that, it's like,
Sorry. I had originally, I'm rushing, but I am trying to be quiet about it. I'm hoping this thing isn't like consciously aware enough yet to chase me through the door. So I'm hoping to close it quietly but quickly.
Roll, I guess, agility.
Yeah.
I think he's doing pretty good, but then he steps on some broken glass. It seems like that's enough to get, so you get to like here, I'll say. And that seems like it gets the Cerberus noticing
Riled
you.
up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna add him to the turn order.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna move closer back to this hallway. If I could.
Yeah, of course. If there's anything else you'd like to do, sort of while we were processing that like round of actions, let me know.
I'm assuming my two have moved about as far as they can towards this other door.
Yeah. Now we're back in. I'm gonna put us back in initiative.
Some part of me doesn't want to lead this thing back to the rest of the party. This is a door up here, right?
Yeah, that's a door.
I'm gonna go try that door and see if maybe it'll open.
Yeah, no dice. That door is locked, I'm afraid.
Then I am booking it. Running away. We're going with the original plan. Run away, close the door. Hope that at least slows it down or confuses it.
Okay, cool. Yep, you can do that.
So I took 2 steps, did that. So
yeah, if you're just double moving, yeah.
I assume I can close the door as a free action on my way past.
Yeah. All right, Freddy, you're up.
All right, well, you just kind of glossed over that whole sorry about your friend dying shit, but so question, Tom, do we hear the ceiling tile and or the big mechanical engine thingy going off?
That is a good question. The people in the hallway at the bottom end of the portrait gallery, do you hear stuff like that happening? I'm gonna say no. Or well, actually, make a luck check. Anybody who wants can make luck checks. With the successes, you hear, you definitely hear like a ceiling, something. There was a collapse there, right? Like, because I imagine the ceiling tile probably fell onto like a steel shelf full of books, right? So it made like a pretty loud banging noise. And you also definitely hear very often in the distance what sound like a car idling which again is not really a sound you expected to hear. Here?
All right, cool. Well, Arthur is going to take a couple of steps this way and open the door. I mean, I think it's already open, so he's going to peer in. What do we see?
There's still sort of plaster dust hanging in the air. Keep in mind, it is still dark. Like, everyone's just lighting their way along with cell phone flashlights. So there's just lots of like white plaster dust in the beam of your flashlight.
Ugh. Yeah, he's gonna keep the flashlight centered over here then, just in case. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And that's it for him.
Scott obviously deceased, but Paul, what do you have in your other characters do?
Maggie lost her brother, so she's probably, preoccupied. Faust is gonna go check out whatever that banging sound was.
Okay. So you go and you see the hole in the ceiling, and you see something sort of move very fast, very quickly across in the sort of like the dark rectangle of ceiling that is like basically up above the drop ceiling. Take a look. You know what? No. Why? I'm just going to tell you what it looks like. Why hold information that this fun? So it looked like just like a big yellow smear, basically, just like a weird bright yellow. And then it like zips back the other way. And for some reason, the only thing that makes it into your brain is, was that a Bulbasaur? Because a second later, sort of dropping down out of another ceiling tile over here on top of a bookshelf, is a binder. Like a 3-ring binder. It seems like one that might have been used to hold cards for a certain children's card game at one point. But obviously now it is sort of open, like 180 degrees, and full of, again, these like lined pages. And out from among these pages are these sticky black tendrils, which make hundreds of weird little centipede legs that it is skittering around on.
What's the name of the other character in the room with me?
Arthur.
Faust is gonna call out, "Hey, Arthur, let's regroup and try and back out of the room."
I just want to say I play D&D to escape work, Tom.
Now the Pokemon cards are here to fucking kill you in real life. Oh no. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Tom has become death.
I'm so excited.
Destroyer of worlds.
All right.
No problem, because I was just like, wait a second, Arthur or Maxwell, one of those two was next.
For some reason,
Maxwell,
I told it to sort, and it put the 13s in just a completely random different order for no reason.
It happens. Maxwell is going to run over to this door and see if it's unlocked or not.
I think this door's unlocked.
All right. In that case, so he was here, so that's 5, 10, 15. He throws open the door. And oh, this looks good. That looks like possible escape.
You know what's I do appreciate your guys' approach of just like, I'm in a room with danger. Maybe this other room will be oh no, there's danger in this room too.
Yeah,
maybe
okay,
in this room.
So
it's just the spirit, the gumption. I really admire.
He'd rather have the possibility of danger he doesn't know than the giant Cerberus car that he does.
Okay. So this room looks like an infirmary, basically.
Oh no.
There's a half a dozen metal beds covered in dusty linens. there's stations of medical supplies. There's a big steel operating table which is bolted to the floor. There's a couple of big heavy duty industrial, steel drains set into the floor also. You guess that this room might have at one point had another purpose because it's full of like what might have been other furniture that's all just sort of been pushed up against the walls and just covered in sheets. What else? The north wall, it seems like it's almost entirely covered. There's something up against the wall that's just been completely covered in sheets. Like some sort of weird, like I guess the mural is almost the word, like a big, almost like floor to ceiling covered in sheets. And there's also a door there, which is like it doesn't look like any of the doors you've seen in the building thus far. It looks like the hatch on a fucking submarine. Like it's literally like a huge steel bulkhead door with like a wheel.
Oh my god! All right. So are these are two other doors as well, right?
Yeah.
Do either of them have lights above them, similar to this one?
Yeah, this guy's got a light. This guy's got a light.
Are they both red?
They are.
Cool. This is bad. Is there anything lying on any of the tables?
Anything lying on any of the tables? What do you mean?
Like, is there like a corpse, or are they just empty tables?
No, they're empty. They're empty tables.
Okay. There's not like medical, one with
a. There's tables of like medical supplies, what you'd presume to be medical supplies. By the surgical table, there is some. I think the nastiest thing there's like a hacksaw.
All right. So hopefully nothing's gonna jump out and kill him. Oh my gosh, this was totally the exit. I guess he'll at least kind of move in, like maybe to this corner, like phone and gun kind of at the ready, as he's awkwardly shining his flashlight with a rifle, hoping nothing jumps out at him.
All right, something moves under this tarp.
Oh, and with the last of his movement, he will step back out.
Okay.
And just have his gun trained on it.
All right, Arthur, what are you doing?
Getting the fuck out of here.
Proving to be easier said than done. All right. You mean out of this room? Moving. Yes. Yeah. You're gonna do the whole ass.
Oh no, trust me. We're probably not making it out of this whole fucking thing, but at least I can get out of this room in the meantime.
Yeah, you can get out.
And also shut the door behind me.
Okay.
And also say to people around me, was that what I just think it was? Is that just a bunch of fucking Pokemon cards?
On the Cerberus's turn. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite time of year. It's the time for the giant mechanical Cerberus to go. You guys are sort of like sitting in this hallway, talking amongst yourselves, trying to figure stuff out. I think I like it. I think it's very funny if you saw Aldrich just like run across this hallway without saying anything. And then there's a moment where there's just like a catch, and then these doors just like open themselves. Like, if you click the, the handicapped access button on a set of doors and they just sort of like lurchily open up, basically that happens. And then a giant mechanical 3-headed dog just sort of walks into the corridor.
Guys, if you come over here, there's a spacesuit. I think that might help.
Is there a fifth room that we can open up, or?
Well, there's one up north.
All right.
With through the medical room that will kill us.
All right.
There's one down here as well in the library. We just have to face the Pokemon binder. Everybody seems really afraid of that for some reason.
I think that also might lead back to zombies.
You don't know that. You're just guessing. You're not an architect. I'm not an architect. This door could lead to a 1-tile width hallway that goes all the way out to the left.
God, I wish.
Into freedom.
You never know. But yeah, the Cerberus doesn't. It just sort of like seems like it's sort of moseying out this door. Up next is Jenny. What are you doing?
Jenny is once again kind of like blissfully just outside of the area where the horrible stuff is happening. But yeah, I mean, she's done kind of, this room does not lead to freedom, so I assume she'll walk back out, kind of see, oh, cool, there's a big mechanical dog over there, and up there, you're, quickly like backing out of the room away from, I assume, also something horrible.
Well, it might be a cat.
Yeah,
maybe it's a friendly cat.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's just like a rat king, under that tarp, and it's probably fine. We're in quite a predicament here. She'll move up here, I think, and say like, maybe if we hide, the dog won't realize we're in this room. She'll just sort of like press herself up against this wall here. That'll be it for Jenny.
All right, so there's nothing good, but I think he's at this point figuring Maxwell's probably overreacting. He's probably just being a bit extra. I think Maxwell would have mentioned something about there being doors in this room, just because like he's looking for an escape and would be trying to communicate. So I think so. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. So Jasper can just make it to this one door. And I think so he has a and at this point Maxwell's able to kind of shine the flashlight to give him some light.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would almost attempt to shim, because I'm assuming just at a basic the door is locked. I'll figure. I think he's going to attempt, and this is real unlikely, to use the bayonet on the musket to like shim the door, like shim the latch.
Okay, yeah. You can give that a go. Do you have any? Would you be proficient in that?
He is an art student, so what he would or would not be proficient in is a weird situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Just an agility roll.
Just an agility roll. All right, an untrained agility roll. An 8. Pretty good for him. Not good though.
You certainly do a pretty number on the latch.
I mean, maybe I can now start breaking it down or something.
Like here's the thing. Eventually, with time and enough patience, you will be able to fucking break this thing apart to the point where you can just sort of push it open, right?
That's, I think, maybe the goal here.
But it's gonna be a couple rounds.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, Phil, what are you doing?
Go ahead and back out of this room here.
Yeah.
Back into the cooler room. So that's 5, and then I'll go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I guess.
Okay.
Start like, oh, there's a giant fucking metal thing. And just start moving.
Okay.
Actually, I can move double movement, right?
Yeah, if you do nothing but move, you can burn your other action dice to move your movement.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I see them going through a door over here. I'm like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right. All right, Aldrich, what are you doing?
This is Jenny next to me, right?
Yes.
I'm going to look at her and say, I found a gun that might help with the thing in the cooler. But there's problems. Do you know how to use this thing? And I'm holding up the submachine gun by the barrel.
Oh God. Probably. I think you start by holding it from there. She'll point at the.
Let me see if I can.
Look, I don't need to know. Do you know how to use this thing?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Here.
Let me show you a picture of this submachine gun just so you have some idea of what this thing looks like.
Is it a Sten?
It is a Sten gun.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. If all right, so maybe I don't need to say, but for those of you who don't know what that is, I will tell you that it is a World War II era British submachine gun, notable for the cheapness of its construction and the fact that it could be manufactured by people with rudimentary metalworking skills in their garages.
Oh, boy.
Nice. Yeah, Aldrich has Aldrich is comfortable with his rock hammer, he was just looking for a gun for someone else. So he's going to do his best to hand this off to someone else. And then he is booking it.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to tell him that the thing from the cooler ran away?
If I hear him asking about the thing from the cooler, I would pipe up and be like, "It's gone."
Yeah, Jenny would also mention that if you, since you said that to her when you pulled out the gun. It was that part slipped my mind.
Okay. Then he's like, okay, then I should probably get the hell out of here because there's a giant metal dog that might be angry at me for taking its gun. So I'm gonna go. But if you could find, would you mind finding someone who knows how to use this?
Are you passing off a cursed gun on us at the moment? Did you stole this gun and someone else stole this gun? Not me.
As far as I know, it's chasing me. I just want the gun to be useful.
I'm sure it will be in somebody else's hands. I have this drill. Maybe you can find a way to put the gun back. You know, I think we have enough problems.
Yeah, I don't know that putting it back is really an option at this point.
No.
So I'm just gonna go away from the rest of you guys and see if maybe I can just prevent this thing from finding me. And hopefully it will look for me. Hopefully it will look for. Well, I closed these doors. These doors are very closed. So I'm just gonna book it in here and close this door behind me.
Wonderful.
All right.
If no one is taking the gun, then I guess I will carry it with me in case that is what the thing wants, and it is coming. At this point, I'm just trying to lead it away from the rest of the party, and hoping it loses me.
All right. Up next is Freddy. Freddy, you're in a corridor with a giant mechanical Cerberus.
Okay, first question. So, real quick. So Freddy worked in Freddy's an iron worker. Can I, at a glance, like how? This is just for like flavor. Like, what does it look like? Is it like actually like ornately crafted, or is this just going to be like?
It literally does sound like a car. Like it's actually like there's like big smokestacks coming out of it. It is moving, but very sort of in like a slow, kind of jerky way. It's not like made out of scrap metal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is very like, I don't want to say clockwork, but it's or steampunky, you know, it's very
diesel punk.
Yeah, but that's a dumb made up internet word. But yes.
Aren't all words dumb and made up? Really?
You're telling me, bud.
All right. Well, if that's the case, so this thing isn't just like a scrap thing. This is like an actual built. Yeah, somebody built this thing with purpose.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Somebody built this thing very purposefully.
All right, which is not good. Not good for us. So, Freddy is going to whisper to the people around him and say, "Let's." He's going to say, "Okay, library." Or a cooler room. Basically, asking Paul, which way do your characters want to go? Do they want to run this way or this way?
Neither. Run towards the people.
This way?
Yeah.
Doors closed that way, though. We can go around.
Oh, is that door closed?
I mean, it's not locked.
It's not locked.
Yeah, I don't want to get close to the thing, though. Like,
oh, you're such a fucking wimp. Just run around.
All right,
try not to trip on your toddler feet.
Hey, I've watched people die today.
I'm sorry, I just quit smoking.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the worst thing that's happened today to anybody.
It's so bad. There's nothing worse that has possibly happened to me all day.
If I could use my hands, I would show like the tearless being like quitting smoking, then hitting your head on a rock, then literally everything else that happened. But anyway, Freddy's going to. You know what? I'll do this smartly. Freddy's going to walk this way and go into the room with everybody else. So that's right there. Super. And that's it for me.
All right. Paul, what are your other characters doing?
If this door is closed but not locked, can I like go through it as part of my movement, or is it going to take some form of action?
You can go through it as part of your movement. Yeah.
Cool. Then Faust is going to take a shot at this Cerberus before running.
It's going to shoot at it with the gun?
Yeah. Maybe you get lucky. Who knows?
Yeah.
There goes my plan of leading it away from you guys. Okay.
It wasn't really a plan.
It's fair.
And like, what am I going to do? Not shoot it with the gun I have?
Fair enough. All right. Make your roll, bucko. So it just blinks off of, again, the solid steel mechanical Cerberus.
Cool. And then Faust will take their movement to get into that room. Maggie's going to go around and is not in a headspace to be taking shots at anything.
Yeah.
But we need to group back up so that we can actually like take a fight instead of just releasing every single hostile thing in this entire dungeon and then walking away and waiting for them to all show back up.
I mean, they can kill each other.
But that worked once. I don't know that we should push our luck for a second time.
All right. Max, what are you doing?
All right. So he is going to, at this point, there's a few people, and I imagine Jasper, who actually had stolen Ruben's phone and was using its flashlight because he's a jerk like that, and would have set it up so that he would have had some light. So I imagine there's some light in this room. Maxwell is going to move in because, like, at this point, it feels like both of them saw the Cerberus through the open door and were like, oh, that thing's moving. They probably seen people running in. So he's going to move in and just ready. He'll basically ready in action, which, again, I don't know if we've confirmed is a thing, but
I'm saying I think we've been treating it like it's a thing.
Yeah, because it makes sense. You said the blanket moved, so he is going to just kind of train a shot and just have the rifle at the ready. And if something like jumps out or something that seems like it's hostile shows up, he's going to fire upon it. And again, be like kind of aiming generally in the area of where the sheet was moving, waiting for something to pop out and be scary.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be him.
Coolly. Make me another one of those sweet trying to pry a door open checks.
Would that be?
Oh no, sorry. I got my character.
That was Jasper. That'll be in a little bit.
Coolly. What are you doing?
It's okay. We're all expendable. It's okay to mix this up. I'm gonna.
I find it easiest not to remember the names.
Boop, boop, boop.
It just makes it harder.
Tom, do you want to bum a cigarette?
Cooley's going to move into this room with everybody else. He's not going to ready in action, but for flavor, he's going to pick up the musket like a baseball bat because it's useless otherwise, and get ready to smash this thing when it inevitably enters this room. And that's it for me.
All right. Fantastic. Up next is a big evil Robert. Well, you don't know that he's evil. He might just be mad at you for perfectly legitimate reasons. So on the Robot's turn, it moves into this room. And again, it's moving at like a very like deliberate pace. And it's like it's been shot at, so it's sort of moving its heads back and forth in a more like aggressive like scanning pattern, it looks like. But it's still like trying to get a sense of like what's going on, and it's sort of like with it like heavy like sort of like a big idling car makes its way into the room. So it's about here.
Oh god.
And then it just sort of seems like waiting You can almost hear like, again, like there's a lot of like activity in that you can hear like the sounds of mechanisms and gears, and it's sort of like it's upshifting, but it doesn't move. All right, Jenny, what are you doing?
What does anyone do right now?
Disengage and run?
She will fucking very slowly creep along the wall here so as to not alarm it. No sudden movements.
Okay. So you're making your way sort of quietly.
Yeah, and when she feels it is safe to do so, she will probably make a break for this room, because it feels like the best way to go at the moment.
Okay. Where are you gonna like try and break into it? So you're gonna move at half speed.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna move at half speed until. So Jenny, you're gonna move at half speed for every square you want to just like try and move as quietly as possible. So when do you want to like stop doing that and make a break for it?
Sure. Once she's past the boundaries of like where the door is here, how about that makes sense to me?
Okay.
So that's like 15 feet of movement, so 30 feet. And then is there running? Like there is running, right?
I mean, running is represented as I'm spending my action die to move my speed again, you know?
Okay, then that's what unless you consider like my moving more slowly as also spending the action die, in which case she won't move anymore.
That's just you're moving at half speed to try and be quiet. So when you break out into a dead run, make an agility test.
Sure.
And it'll be trained. We'll say this is trained. It's not particularly specific or technical.
Sure.
All right. With a 7. Yeah, unfortunately, you when you get to about here, and you sort of bump the edge of like a rack or a table or something. Mm-hmm. And it knocks you sort of knock a jar or a bin of nails onto the ground or something, or nuts, you know, like something. There's just a loud mechanical clattering, and the Cerberus, apparently he's warmed up enough that he moves, and he moves very fast. So he shoots literally, like he goes from like doing this, he's sort of like he basically uncoils, like all of this tension just sort of releases itself all at once, and he pounces over in this direction almost instantaneously. And he tries to grab you with his chompy boys, his big bitey boys. So he is going to first one 11. Second one is 11. Does an 11 hit you?
That's what I'm looking at. I mean, I assume it does, because I don't have any AC bonus. Yeah, it does.
All right, so the attacks actually don't deal any damage to you. I mean, they'll bruise. It definitely is uncomfortable, but its jaws don't actually like, you know, bite you and like bite your arms off, but they do grab a hold of you. It bites you twice with 2 of its 2 heads, and it gets a grip on you.
It's loud. It's assaultive. It only looks like there's 4 people up there, but it sounds like there's a lot more. Definitely loud. That's what they've got going for them.